So I've just arrived at my plot, and let me show you what mess I found on the floor. So I don't know what's done it, but there is some big branches that are snapped for this sunflower, and there's loads of sunflower seeds on the ground and stuff, and there was even a sunflower head up by my gate. So whether it's birds, squirrels, mice or rats, I think it's something that's a bit larger. If they're snapping branches, they're enjoying the sunflower seeds. So look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's at least 4 or 5 snapped branches on just one plant. Still, the bees are still enjoying the ones that are flowering. And it might not be a big head, but that's quite tall. I'd say that's what, if I'm nearly 6 foot, that's got to be at least 9 foot high. It's the tallest sunflowers I've grown in a while. They've snapped that one, and those 2, and that one, and that one. This massive stalk that had all these heads, they've snapped it. They have also snapped this red one. And several down there. So I'm going to get pruning. So I'm almost ready to go home, but let me show you what I cut. I've got all those lovely sunflowers to take home and put in a vase. But yeah, I don't think I can do any more. Well, good morning. I'm sat in my greenhouse down the plot. I've managed to finish it. I'm sat in here because it's slightly quieter, so that you don't get so much road noise. So my chores for today, because we had rain, quite a bit of rain overnight, but there's more rain due tomorrow and some heavy downpours today, so I think my plans need to be to fix any broken raised beds, because then it tidies up the rest of the leftover wood that's on the plot. And then obviously, apart from harvesting things when they need to be, it's weed, clear, tidy. So yeah, it's so nice to have, well, I say this is finished. There's always little bits here and there I could tinker with, but it's as watertight as it's going to be. It's not perfect, but it's glad to have that. It's not a stress, but you know what I mean, because it's taken me so long. But I'm no expert, so I've just kind of worked it out as I go along. So I've managed to cut back and clear this bit, and this path here. Still a lot of weeding to do in this bed, but it looks so much better. So I was just pruning back some leaves for this courgette plant here, and I noticed something a little odd. Let me show you. So here is the yellow courgette plant, and there are a few coming, so I will cut those. And then what should be the other yellow courgette plant? Look, it's not a yellow one. It's a green courgette. But I only bought yellow courgette seeds, so they've been mixing up the seeds. Naughty seed company. Oh well, I better pick it before it turns into a marrow. So I'm sat in my greenhouse because there's a rain shower. So this will test it to see if it keeps most of the rain out. It is nice to be able to hide in somewhere that isn't my dark shed. Once I've worked on my shed and painted the inside white and that, it might be more pleasant to shelter in. But for now, it seems right. Keeps the wind off, keeps the rain off, and I haven't got dripped on yet. Hopefully it's just a quick passing shower and then I can get on with the work. But it's going to be changeable all this week, so who knows. It's absolutely pouring it down. Well, I'm off home now. It's 4 o'clock. It's raining again. I've run out of battery on my power tools. So I've built up, as in repaired, some of the beds that were a bit rotten. I haven't got all that I wanted done, but that's good. Over half of what I wanted to get done. So that's not too bad. So yeah, I'm gonna go home and see what I can cook for tea. Hopefully at some point this week I'll be back down, but we'll have to see how the weather goes. Well, bye for now. So I've just spent the last, I don't know, half hour building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 raised beds, those ones. You know, those ones, and there's 2 there. They're just out of the leftover decking planks that I don't need. And this lady, she asked me if I had any left, could I give them to her? But I know she's not the best at DIY, so I just screwed them together. Hopefully that'll help her get into a better growing season next year, because she's found it hard the last couple. So they're not perfect, they're not perfectly square, but they're good enough for her to have a go at growing in. I guess it can contain any compost she buys, because the soil here is pretty bad. It's very, very heavy clay. So once it's enriched, it'll be better. But yeah, I put them on the blue there so that and on the pavement slabs, so that they don't rot over the winter, because we don't tend to see her much over the winter, so it'll probably be spring before she comes down again. But if she does come down sooner, it'll be a nice surprise. Rather than just leaving her the pile of woods, I quickly put them together for her. Who do you help out? Glad that this bed is not full of wood anymore. It's had the wood on it, I think, maybe 2 years. So it'll be great to grow in that bed next year. Doesn't look particularly tidy yet, but one step at a time. Glad. So I'm in the greenhouse because it really is a bit windy out there. Had to take the glasses off, they're steaming up. That's how much warmer it is in here. So I was going to work on just repairing some more raised beds, because I've sorted out what wood I need for what beds. But I seem to have left the bag of screws that's the right size for that at home. I had a few odd screws that I could use for the ladies' raised beds on the other plot, but I can't get on with mine. So, oh well, that will have to wait till another day. So I guess I can weed, I can possibly harvest some, I don't know whether to harvest the winter squash, like the delicata honeyboat. The leaves are kind of dying back on that. Now, we didn't have a frost last night, but it did get down to about 8 degrees. So I'm hoping the squash will be alright and can just last a little bit longer so that they can cure a bit more. But I've got to really keep a careful eye on the weather, because I don't want them rotting. But I might just leave them a little bit longer because the stems are still green. It's the leaves that are dying off, but I don't think they're going to get much more nutrients from the leaves. The fun juggle of when to harvest. Well, time to trim the path again. I know you can't really see it because of the sun, but it's getting long, so I think I'll probably get about halfway before the battery runs out. Let's see. Well, this time the battery didn't run out. It was the strimmer line that ran out. So I guess I can't do any more of that today until I buy a new line. Oh well, at least I can charge the battery again, so that next time when I've got both, I can actually get on with the other side. How do you keep your grass paths nice and tidy? Well, I've harvested these patty pan and these courgettes so that they don't get too big. Well, a couple of the patty pan are too big, but I think that will do for now. I've done a bit of weeding, a bit of pruning. I'm going to leave all the squash, the winter squash plants, because although like on some plants the leaves are dying off, the stems are still green, so the squash will still get some water. I'll keep an eye on it over the next week or so, but I'll probably have to harvest them maybe in a week's time and let them finish curing either in the greenhouse or at home. But yeah, I think it's time to go home. Haven't quite got done what I wanted, but there's always other things to do. I hope you're able to get to your plots and tend to your gardens. Well, I'm off home now, so bye for now. Thanks for watching.